Again, how's it going? It's cold outside in Seattle today. I just got back from the store and it almost started, it looked like snowflakes were coming down. This is that canvas I bought the other day, 14 by 18, and it's kind of hard to paint on because the finish on it isn't as smooth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something different today. I'm going to put all dark colors on here and design the sky and the mountain and then try and pick out some terrain in there in the dark colors. It should be pretty fun to do this. I got burnt umber, raw umber, burnt umber. I mix a little red in that. Uh, Made yellow ochre with red in it. Made orange ochre, yellow ochre, red, white, and black. Although I don't think I'm going to need much of that, maybe a little. But I just want to get some more paint on here, undertone. I wanted to use a chip brush, but I can't find my bigger ones. This is the biggest one I could find. Because these are good to like get some really cool things going on with these brushes, but it's not wide enough. So I'll probably have to use like an oil fan brush to dot in some cool rocks or bushes. So for now, I'm going to use a regular filbert brush just to get going. Up here in the sky, I'm not going to do much. I'm just going to lay in some dark color up here and then start working some terrain down here with these dark colors. So I still have some flow aid in here. I'm going to use it. So I just dipping my brush in that flow aid to get it a little wet. So up in the sky, believe it or not, I'm going to put this raw umber. I put a little red in it. So I'm going to put that up here very lightly. It doesn't have to be thick, okay? I'm just trying to get some, I want this to dry fast so I can paint on it, on top of it. This can end up being a blue sky up here, but I'm putting this underneath. Looks like a nice color already. It's raw, this dark brown with some red in it. Look at that. Look how cool that looks. So this is just going to be undertone. It helps later on when the painting's done, it doesn't reflect all this white underneath. So it makes the painting look subdued. It's like the light reflection of the light is darker. You don't get all the brightness of the white coming back in your eye. So this is how I'm going to lay this stuff in now. This is the sky. And I'm going to try and create some terrain down here now. Put a little more here. So there we go. That's about where my mountains are going to be, maybe in here. I just kind of lay something in there so you can see it. And maybe I'll have them coming forward a little like this. So there we'll have Make this one taller so it looks bigger here. I have some mountains back there, blue sky. Okay, now what I'm going to do is just lay in some color down here, any color. I'm going to use some dark color now. I'm going to mix this burnt umber with a little bit of yellow ochre. You can mix it on the palette like this, or you can mix it on the canvas, but let's put in some dark color here. Don't put it on heavy. Get it kind of wet, almost like watercolor. Let's just get some dark color going down in here. Yellow ochre. With burnt umber. I'm going to grab a little bit of this darker color, raw umber. I'm going to probably just put dark in and then start dotting it with my, I'll show you with my oil fan brush. I'm going to start putting other things in there. I'll run this kind of down like this. Get some different things going on in here. You got to wet your brush with the additive and water. Get this to flow real easy on your canvas. Just a thin layer of paint. You're not putting it on heavy just yet. I'm going to put some of this orange ochre down in here, see what happens. We create some kind of hill down here with orange ochre. This thing's getting heavy in my thumb. It's starting to hurt. Here's some burnt umber here, dark. So basically this is just all earth tones right here, okay? There we go. That looks good. Let's see if it's focused on the camera. Yeah. So this is going to help with this canvas I bought. Hopefully, I did it up here first, so hopefully this dries. It's already dried, so I can start here now, work my way down, and then all this will dry. But I'm not done yet. I want to dot some stuff in here so it's darker, okay? Like, I'm going to grab some burnt umber now on a fan brush and maybe dot some dark color in here like this. Some raw umber. Maybe it's coming down this way. Wish I had my chip brush. The chip brush would work good for this. I'm hoping this will help me design something. Put some red up in here, or orange ochre. Trying to keep it on the dark edge. That let me try one of these. This is just like a stencil brush. I'm gonna give it a try and see what kind of thing it does. Just dot some color in here like this. Maybe there'd be dark trees in here, you know. I'm just doing it wherever I think. I'm hoping some of this random dark color will come into play in the design. And I think it will. These could end up being like really dark bushes. Let's try a different color. Just have fun and create different things in here. I'm gonna sneak some kind of water in here too, believe it or not. I don't know how, but I think that's enough undertone. Alright, this is the kind of brush I wanted to start off with, but it's longer than the ones I have. I'll have to find it, because it really works good for this technique. So, alright, so there's a bunch of dark color, okay? We'll see if this ends up looking good. I may have overdid it on this, but let me start up here with some blue. I'll start with my sky. I'm going to use, I like cobalt blue. I also like ultramarine blue, so I'm going to move some of my color, make room for some sap green up here. Because I know I'm going to have some sap green going on in here, you know. So I bought some Hooker's green. So Liquitex, heavy bodied acrylic. It says level 1, but I mean this stuff works pretty good. So I'm going to use Hooker green and then mix some brown and black in it and some yellow to make some different color greens. And I guess I'll use ultramarine blue up here. So I'm going to put a little dab on my palette, mix it with some white. If you just joined, this is just underpaint. I just kind of dabbed it with dark tones, and I'm going to see what happens. So right now I'm going to go put the sky in, the mountains, and then create some trees and terrain down here. I'm mixing my blue right now. I didn't have, all I had was dark tones on my palette. So give me a second. Alright, I got the blue mixed. And then it'll be easy enough to make gray, so for the mountains. Alright, so now I got some undertone here. I'm going to put some ultramarine blue right over this raw umber and red, believe it or not. It helps to have, sometimes it helps to have an undertone. It takes the whiteness of the canvas out of play so it doesn't reflect white back at you underneath. You can use any color you want for your undertone. Some people use yellow, believe it or not, gray. You can use blue, green. Alright, there's my sky. I'm just trying to do, this is going to be something different. I'm hoping all this stuff down here helps me design some stuff, but we'll see. Alright, so I'm going to make my mountains now, mixing some black and white. So I'm going to have some distant mountains here. Put a lot of peaks on it so I can run some snow up there. Yeah, I don't know what happened with this canvas. I don't know if you ever bought a canvas and it was hard to paint on. That's what this one was to me. The 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 brushes, the paint doesn't flow off the brush that easy. So I'm trying to draw these mountains towards me, towards the front here. Just like that. There we go. So we'll have boom, boom, boom. Our distance going off this way. Right now I'm still putting on the underpaint, really, because this is the color under the mountains. I'm still going to put more color on top of this. I'm debating whether to leave that golden underneath there. I think I will and see what happens today. Usually I would put white there, but I'm going to leave it and see what kind of effect that gives us. So there we go. That's looking good. What I think I want to do, believe it or not, I might sneak something out of behind this mountain here. Yeah, let me get a brush and make a white trail for now. In white, I always like to put trails in there. If you watched my paintings, I'm gonna make it a little bluish. Because I like to bring the viewer's eye in and then draw it back. Maybe something like that. That looks good. Yeah, that'll work. I think that'll work. Put some color on the mountains already. I want to go pretty quick. I just got back from the store and I got some, I had to throw the chicken enchiladas in the oven again. It takes about an hour. It takes an hour. I set my phone for an hour, so I might have to leave for a second to shut the oven off. That's all. Look at that. Mountain peak already. I'm going to put some color up here now. I like doing the mountains. They're fun. And I like putting a lot of color on it so it gives the mountain some character, you know. Mountains are so small back there, it's almost like doing detail work. Just gonna put a little snow on these back there. Look at that. That looks pretty good. What I'm gonna do here is maybe some kind of wavy hill here. Just like that. I'm gonna mix some blue and white for my shadow color. Maybe a little black in it. To darken it up a bit. Let's see what color it is. It's going to be almost like a bluish color. So far, uh, I don't know if this looks any good down here. Let me take a look at it. Doesn't look too bad. This is just going to be like undertone, all this dark stuff. It might come into play, it might not. But I'm doing everything else like the way I usually do it. Uh, I want to edge this mountain here. I'm going to leave a lot of this dark in today. So even though I have white here, I'm putting a little bit of the shade color underneath too. You can work your mountains as much as you want. Sometimes it looks good, you know, just leaving it gray like that, but I'm going to put a little bit of color up here. It took me a long time to get my mountains down. Hopefully you're watching the way I'm doing my mountains, because they do take when you're a beginner, you tend to put more snow up here than what you need. Uh, you don't need much, okay? What if you the less you put up there, the more dark you leave in here, it makes the mountain look a little better. It gives it more character. So, and if you see a spot that's not right, just come in here and fix it. I kind of like that so far. I'm gonna put color back there. I'm gonna maybe lighten that blue up just a bit because it's further away. Just add a little white to it. Just very small change because it's further back. You're not going to see the color back here is like you do on this one up front. So what I took this blue and put a little white in it, okay? And you don't have to do that. I mean, I didn't go to art school or anything. I learned on my own and by reading. Because I like to do things my own way. I like to create different ways of doing things. All right, there we go. That's a pretty cool mountain scene. I like that. I like the way I left that orange color in there, brownish color. I'm going to leave it for now and then just see how the painting turns out. Uh, I think I'm gonna put a little grass right in this area here. I'm gonna mix my hooker green. I'm gonna use cad yellow medium and put some hooker green in it. Wow. I just barely put, this is yellow down and put a little hooker green in there. Look at how bright that is. I don't know if I want it that bright. So what I'm going to do is add a little yellow ochre to it to tone it down a bit. I think what I'm going to do first is just glaze this very lightly with green just to see what happens. Which is, it's mostly, it's just a light amount of green with water on my brush. Just going to glaze it. because I really don't want too much green in this painting. That's enough right there. Uh, I'm mixing some black in my hooker green right now. I want to get a dark tree up front so I can design this thing now. A lot of times if I put a tree down here, it'll help me figure out the rest of the painting. So let me do that right here. I'm going to put some bushes, I'm going to put some trees back here under this mountain. With the sap green, hooker green. Just some tree tops here coming along at the bottom of this mountain. I'm going to put it in dark, and then if I have to lighten it up, I will. I'll probably lighten it up right now once I get them done with some titanium white. Okay, I'm gonna get a little blue on my brush and kind of lighten up these trees a little bit. There we go. I'm getting my an oil. This is an oil fan brush, a number 2, and it's the bristles are a little stout, so I'm going to use that because uh, the uh, the fan acrylic fan brush, it just always goes out of shape when you start using it. So, and see how with the oil brush you can add color in here. This is white and it stays in shape. Okay, doesn't it doesn't do this to you. Let me show you this brush. It starts doing this, an acrylic fan brush. And I hate it. The oil brush stays in place, okay? Those acrylic fan brushes are good in different applications. It's not good for what I'm using this paint for right now. Trying to create some groundwork underneath these trees here. I'm going to leave this color in here. I like that. It's looking pretty good. So what I'm going to do, I kind of like these. I'm going to hit this with some green here. I kind of like the way this looks up here. These are like a clump of trees back here. Right here. Very good. I'm going to put some bushes down here. That's my alarm. I gotta go shut the stove off, believe it or not. Wow, can't believe it's been an hour. Let me put this in front so you can look at it for a second. Looks like it's coming out pretty good. I like the lightness under the mountain over here. See how that color is peeking through right there? It's turning out okay. I'll be right back. Ah, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm gonna have some chicken enchiladas after this. Pretty good. This is coming out pretty good, believe it or not. So I know this is gonna be. I'm gonna put some bushes down here with some the hooker green, the dark color I got. I've just added black to it. Put some green color down here. Green bushes here. And I'm gonna put some blue in here, I think. Maybe that's gonna be a water trail. I don't know. A water, maybe a river. Maybe just water coming right through here. And then that's a trail, maybe? I don't know. Let me put some blue in here. Yeah, I'll have I just have some rushing water coming right through here at the bottom. That's all. Turn these back into bushes using my top of my filbert brush. Yeah, that looks good now. Then I'll continue some foliage on this side of the river. Right now I'm just basically still putting the color down. I'm not really trying to create anything. That's what I like about landscapes, because you could just put a dot there, it'll look like a bush, you know. You can just do this and make it look like bushes, see? Landscapes are cool. You just gotta. The thing I've noticed what sells the best is uh, mountains, clouds, and trees, of course. But you want to have some depth to it. When it looks far away, they tend to sell better. If you just have a low horizon here with the mountain and water and a tree, it ends up looking like a Bob Ross painting. Uh, I mean, they look good, but these look better with the more distance. So I still got a trail here. I got a trail, and then I got a stream here. It's gonna be a stream. Put some water on the edge here. It's looking pretty good. I think I'm gonna put the trees on this side over here instead of here. I hate to cover this. I kind of like these trees here. I hate to cover that too. It's looking so good. Maybe I could put a tree. I don't know. I'm gonna have to decide on this. But it is looking good so far. I'll probably do a part 2 on this because I don't want to mess it up, and I kind of like what's going on. I'm going to glaze this with some yellow now. I'm going to glaze it with yellow ochre, see what happens. Because I want to keep that dark, rich color. I don't want it to brighten up too much. It's yellow ochre. That looks good. Looks like a nice. I'm going to put some yellow ochre down here too. It's looking pretty good. I just got to work this ground in here now. I'm gonna use a knife. I'm gonna edge the edge of my path with some brown here. This is that burnt umber. Create some shelves in here. Try and create some like rocks in here and stuff. Nice. Looks like a dirt, like a ledge coming down there. I'm gonna use orange ochre for my pathway now. Hopefully it's not too bright. Looking good. I like that. I got to decide where I need a tree in here somewhere. I kind of like this. I don't want to cover it. Maybe I make them small. Let's see what that does. Maybe I make them small and we'll keep the image really far away. Instead of pulling the foreground so close to us right away. This could be like a very large, a bigger river than I thought, you know. So this is the way I design my landscapes. If you're still watching, I just look at how I went over that white. It's still wet and it highlighted the top of the branch for me. Pretty cool. Wet on wet. Going fast. Alright, I kind of like that now. It just made the scene look farther away. This looks like a big river now. So, because I was thinking, man, maybe I'll put a big tree up here, but maybe I'll keep it small. Let's see what it looks like if I put one here. We'll put a different style here. I'll stay right on the middle and just press down the middle and get bigger at the bottom. Just like that. It's a different type of style. Easier to make this type of tree for you. You stay on the middle of the trunk and just use the corner and press right on the middle. Since this is a smaller tree, it's easier to make these small trees with an acrylic fan brush. If you want to make a big tree, you got to go to a different brush. Like if you're going to make a big tree going all the way from here up, you're going to have to use a different type of brush to put the leaves on. All right, there we go. So if you've watched from the beginning, you can see how this color is kind of playing into the scene now. And I didn't really do anything yet with it. Uh, I fix my pathway now. I like I like pathways. If you probably lately, I've been putting in a lot of these paths going all the way back to the mountains because I like to draw the viewer's eye up in here. back to the mountain, and then I put a few birds up there. So this is turning out pretty good. I kind of like it. I'm gonna put some different color down in here just to add some flavor to the water. You can do that too, like add some different colors. Just don't have one color green. Add some different greens in there. I got a Pepsi while I was shutting the oven off. So wow, it hasn't even been an hour yet, and I'm pretty much almost done. I just gotta I'm gonna highlight some of these bushes right now. I'm gonna use an oil fan brush. I'm gonna use some of the orange ochre. I'm gonna put some flowers down here first with some orange ochre. I really don't like red on top of green. I don't like that look, so I'm going to highlight these bushes with yellow ochre now. Just going to wipe my brush off and get some yellow ochre and if I don't like this look, I'll just darken it up a bit. I'm going to add a little bit of dark color in there with that right now while it's wet. I grab some white. Just to get a different color in there with it. Now I'm going to grab a little bit of white and kind of highlight some of the spots. Good enough. Alright guys, I'm going to get ready to eat my chicken enchiladas. And put a few birds up here. I got to do the clouds still. I still got to do clouds, so I'm just going to put a few birds up here for now. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's not done yet. I'm still going to work. It, but Still gonna work it. Don't forget to put twigs coming out of your bushes. I don't really like the color of the water. I might gray it up a bit. But there we go. I'm done. I'm ready for dinner. But look at that. I like the undertone. It really came into play up here on the mountains. It's peeking out. Little color there. And I'll probably leave that. It's kind of coming through in the sky too. You see it? The undertone. But I'm going to put clouds up there. Just take a look at the community post. I'll finish this up and post it on there. Something different. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Cheers. Let me see if I'm getting any messages. Jerry's on. Hey, Painting America. Right on. Yeah, good job. I'm glad you watched. Yeah, this one I kind of like it. I just kind of on the fly. It came out pretty good so far. I got a lot of work to do on it, but I'll finish it up. Thanks for watching, Jerry. Later.